Morning Raiders, this is Ezron. Welcome to my Bastion. We are in the middle of the Nari fusion, and the Dragon tournament opened just a few hours ago. Now, what's interesting here, and I'm going to go click out to my fusion tracker, is that we are in a somewhat unique position from the perspective of we've got Dragon tournament going on as well as champion training. And I think especially if you are or did participate in the last week-long champion training tournament, this is something you're probably a little bit tired of doing. I think that there's a way that you can optimize and double dip between the Dragon and champion training tournament that I'm not sure everyone is aware of, that I am certainly going to do in my overnight farming. And that way of double dipping is putting food champions in with your Dragon team. Now, the good news is, if you can do Dragon with less than 5 champions, this is a really available option for you. And one of the champions that's required is a free login champion. And that's Sile of the Drakes. I use her in a stun set for crowd control and heals during the waves, as well as, keeping the other champions alive. Outside of Sile, what you need is a poisoner. And for that, I personally use Eurogrim. He was, nerfed somewhat recently, but I think he's still overall a really good choice from the perspective of, if you look at his skill kit, he has poisons on his A1 with a slightly better chance than, say, a Steel Skull, as well as AoE poisons here and continuous heal that helps with the waves. Now, I think if you have a really strong Eurogrim, if you look at the stats I've got on my Eurogrim, he is not strong enough to solo the Dragon Waves. He gets killed there. I think I'm probably like 20,000 hit points and maybe a few hundred defense short on that. But he's sufficiently fast that he helps with the waves a little bit. So let's go over to Dragon and see how that works. Now, the downside is this is not a fast run. So if you're going to do it, you probably want to do it overnight, where time isn't as important, as well as I do it in Dragon 20, which is the most points efficient way to... the most energy efficient way to get points in the tournament. Like, my normal team can blast through this, in less than 2 minutes, based on Seer blowing up the waves very, very quickly. But if you remove these champions and throw in food, you will then earn XP while you take down the Dragon. Let me scroll down and find some food to throw in here, and then we'll see how it works. Like I said, the run's a little bit long, so I'm not gonna watch it in real time. I'll compress it after the fact and then talk over it and pick out important notes. Here we go. And here we go as the run starts. It's not the same one as the results from earlier. Some technical reasons made me re-record the run, but this one is fairly representative. It ends up taking just over a minute to get through the first wave, which is about common. And then the same time for the second wave. I will say that things like War Master procs make a big difference here. And I didn't customize my UI because when you're using it with auto battles, it will reset that anyway. Once we get through the last of the waves into the Dragon, and then it's relatively easy to melt the Dragon once some poisons get up there. Sile is good enough to keep everyone alive, and then we end up killing the Dragon in... So here we are at the end of the run, it taking almost 6 minutes, with Eurogrim doing the lion's share of the damage. So what we have here is a run that is not very time efficient. What it is, however, is extremely energy efficient for both the Dragon tournament and the Champion training event. We spent 32 energy in a double Dragon 20 run to get 33 points, which, on average, a level 20 Dragon run returns just over 1 point per energy. It's about 17 energy for 16 energy spent. As well as we now have 3 food champions who we can use in the champion training tournament. I've got about 3,000 champion training points left to go. And so that helps me out there, just double dipping and using resources more efficiently. I won't do this if I'm sitting at the computer or running Raid on my phone, but for overnight, this, in my opinion, is a very good use of time and resources to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. As an added benefit, you might actually luck into some 6-star legendary speed gear, which is why everyone farms Dragon in the first place. But, depending on the level of your account, that might take a little bit of energy to get, a speed gear upgrade. It might take a lot of energy. For me, it takes, quite a fair bit of effort. So I just wanted to make this part of the video to ensure that everybody, is aware of this option, and the fact that, one of the keys to doing it is a free login champion. So that should be relatively accessible for everyone. Then you just need a poisoner. I use Eurogrim, but there are many available, especially if you have a force affinity poisoner, because the dragon is magic affinity. It might be even better for you. So that's the end of this part of the video. I'm talking about optimizing your dragon team strategy. And now we are into the Summon Rush event. It's about 2,500 points, which is in alignment with many of the other fusions in terms of what you need. And it is double Sacreds and a ×10 for Dracomorph. I don't have Draco. I would like him. He is not the PvE king that he used to be, but he's still a significant upgrade for me. As well as I would slot him in my clan boss team like immediately after he's built, because he's a significant upgrade from Fane, who I'm slotting in now. Now I'm assuming that I'm going to have to pull all of these shards just for points totals, and really I'd be happy with any non-dupe, including there's a couple of epics I still don't have, like Royal Guard, who, given the state of Hydra, is super, super good there, so it'd be great to go fill that back in. So I'm gonna pull these really quick and see how I do. It has been only 2 sacred since my last legendary, so Mercy System will not apply here. Starting out with an Armina. She's quite good. I don't think I've ever built her, but she may be useful for Faction Guardians for Barbarians. Getting into the second one. Come on, a legendary. Let's see what I can do here. Another epic. Crimson Helm. Directly to food for me. Although I think building her for Bommel is a possibility as well. Third epic of Rask. He's quite good as a healer if you're working on Orcs Faction Wars or maybe a few other things, but I don't know that I've ever put serious effort into him. Here we go. Come. Ooh. I was hoping that lag meant a legendary. Achani, she's interesting, but maybe a little bit underrated for Shadowkin. Now my 5th one, come on, something good. Let's see what I can do. Show me the gold. That is not it. We have a Melga. She is awesome for dwarves. I think I have her at even level 50. But she made a huge, huge difference in my Dwarfs Faction Wars. And last one, let's see if we can end on a legendary. That would be nice. And no such luck, and it is a Tyrell. Yes, a high elf, not the high elf I wanted. So according to my math, that should be about 1,400 points for the summon rush. Let's go check on that. Sorry, that is Champion Chase. Clicking into that to see how I am doing. And as the screen draws, yes, not quite to fit. So I have just over 1,000 points to make up. I will probably summon some old fragment champions to make up the difference. Oh yeah, just over 1,000 points. I have 1,500. So, you know, not bad. Maybe get one champion from fragments and then open a whole bunch of mystery shards to help with champion chase. This is Ezron signing off. I will say I hope that your sacred shard pools, if you're doing any this weekend, went better than mine, and maybe you did get the Draco. So, you know, leave a comment, let me know how things were, and let me know if this energy efficiency look at the tournaments was helpful or change what you did with your account. Thanks much for your time. Signing off.